You know the vibes. Welcome back to another episode of the Hoop Genius podcast brought to you by NBA 2K23. I am myself, Momuzi, alongside me, the one and only Mr. BJ Armstrong.
Real name, no gimmicks, no gimmicks. You know what, Mo? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like today, we got a little off day. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like running the triple post offense. You know what I mean, Mo? Mo.
Talk to me. Talk to me, OG. Talk to me.
I just feel like running the triple post offense, for old time's sake. You know what I mean? Just for old time's sake, Mo. Then I'm going to return back to shooting the three. You know what I'm saying, Mo?
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean, Mo? From the three, baby. It's from the three.
I mean, before we get to all of that, we got to talk about the Western Conference Finals that tip off tonight. We got the
Mm-hmm.
Lakers and the Warriors. No, we don't. We got the Lakers and the Nuggets. A rematch of the
Yes.
2020 Conference Finals.
Yes.
Right off the bat, which team and in how many games?
Well, my initial thought, Mo, without seeing, is the Nuggets, and I
Ooh.
just think it's going to be. I think it's going to be hard to contain Jokic. I mean, he truly, Mo, is, and the way they utilize him because they keep him on the move. Okay, and he does a couple things exceptionally well, right? I mean, at a very, very high level. I mean, elite level.
An MVP level, some would say.
Well, that's what some would say. But what I would say is he does something at a very elite level, and he's going to force you to defend him with the following idea: you can't stop him. There's no stopping him, right? And you're going to have to take away one or the other. You can take away his ability to score by double teaming him and triple teaming him, or you can take away his ability to facilitate and pass the ball because he's an elite passer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so awkward in how he scores, right? I mean, he's running off the wrong leg, runners in the lane. You don't
The
see centers
Sombor
do that.
Shuffle is what it's
Yeah,
called.
he does. He
The
does step
Sombor
back
Shuffle.
fadeaways, and you think that's good defense, and then he makes that, and then I don't know, he just kind of lumbers and stumbles, and he's making that, and then he'll post up, and then he'll do, I don't know, he's an unorthodox player as a
Mm-hmm.
big, but he's a player that you could only take away one of them. So it'll be fascinating to see what the Lakers are going to do because you're going to put. I don't think the Lakers have any big enough bodies, to really match up with him.
Can I interest you in
You
Mr. Mo Bamba?
okay, he's tall enough, but he's not big enough.
He's good for a few
He,
fouls.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's got 6 fouls, and by my account, that's 12 free throws. He'll go 12 for 12. This guy is elite. Like I said, you got to take away his ability to score, or you got to take away his ability to pass. Now,
Which
I
would you
don't know
do?
what they're going to do.
What would you do if you were the Lakers?
Passing to me is the thing that I respect the most. Anyone who can pass, because passing involves I gotta guard the whole team. If you're scoring, I have a chance to win because I can allow you to score as long as I control and contain everyone else. All right, okay. So what? He has 55, and if I don't double team, okay, they'll have 80 points. But if he's facilitating, I have no chance. I mean, they could score 140 points.
Mm-hmm.
So passing to me is the thing that I respect most from a defensive perspective. I cannot allow a player to facilitate. If he facilitates, it's over. It's just like I've never seen a defense stop a player who can facilitate. Like you can shut down a score. You can, a guy can score in the fourth quarter mode, and then in the fourth quarter, I can choose to change my defense in the last 3-4 minutes. And then now all of a sudden, a guy who's only had 2 or 3 shots of the whole game gets now he's got to shoot the last 3 or 4 shots in the last 2 minutes. Well, Bo, what's the odds on that? He hasn't had the rhythm.
Unless it's Jason Tatum.
No, listen to what I said. Jason Tatum is a guy who shoots. If a role player hasn't shot, very rarely is he going to be able to step up and make 3 or 4 shots in a row. But
Mm-hmm.
that's neither here nor there. If you're asking me, I'm taking away his ability to pass. I'm going to force him to score, force him to just every time he catches the ball, look to score. I don't want him to pass, score, rebound, start pump faking, get a mismatch, get someone in foul trouble, because then he'll just dominate the game, which we know he's capable of doing.
Do you think, first of all, I dread asking this question. Do you think we'll see any minutes for Tristan Thompson in this series that are non-garbage time minutes?
Well, he's the only big enough body to play against that they have on the team. I mean, Anthony Davis is tall enough, but Jokic is 300 pounds.
Anthony Davis has got to do a lot on offense, guarding Jokic, because Jokic is going to play like 40 plus minutes, guarding Jokic every time down. That's going to be a lot of stress on the body of Anthony Davis, who notoriously is not built to endure for very long, and he's been very healthy on this playoff run.
I just think he has to look. Somebody has to play. I don't know who they're going to play, but they have to get someone else. Now, what I do think, if they're able, I mean, when they did beat the Nuggets last time in the bubble, they had two big enough bodies that could, bang around with them a little bit, right? They had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. I mean, you have to have multiple. You have to have
Dwight did a fantastic job in that series, especially not just the playing. He was trolling Nikola Jokic that whole time. He was getting under his skin. You saw Dwight doing stupid little things, like he would go and join the Nuggets team huddle during a timeout. Like,
you have to be able to.
He was playing mind games.
So Anthony Davis has an advantage if he was playing the power forward position. Anthony Davis playing 7 games versus Jokic, that's an advantage for Jokic. He's just too big of a body. I mean, Jokic is a big man. Mm-hmm. So and if there's anything we've learned by watching the Celtics, you have to meet big bodies with other big bodies. Like Rob Williams and Al Horford has given us the recipe of how to play against another big-time center.
That's why I suggested Mo Bamba, because that's the best they've got.
He's tall. He's not big. It's a difference.
But neither is Rob Williams isn't big. He's tall.
Okay. Rob Williams is tall, but Rob Williams plays big. Mo Bamba shoots threes. Mo Bamba doesn't play like Rob Williams.
Defensively.
Mo Bamba doesn't play like Rob Williams. He doesn't play like Rob Williams. He plays through contact. That's not Mo Bamba's game. Like, it's no knock on Mo Bamba. Rob Williams wants to get in there and, he'll throw his body around a little bit. Mo Bamba is, that's not how he plays. So, they both may have 3 or 4 blocks, but Rob Williams, that's what he does. Rob Williams is in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. He plays through the physicality of the game.
Okay. Talking about stopping the Joker, are you gonna, if you're the Lakers, guard him now with Anthony Davis? How does the rest of the team match up? Who are you putting? Are you putting Jared Vanderbilt on Jamal Murray to try and slow him down like they did with Stephen Curry throughout that series in the last round? How are the other matchups going?
Well, I don't utilize stopping anybody, right? Like people say stop. How am I matching up with it? One of the matchups I'm concerned about was what they're going to do at the power forward position, because LeBron has been the power forward. I think Aaron Gordon is too active. The activity level of Aaron Gordon is quite different than the last series against Draymond Green or Kevon Looney. Suddenly now, LeBron James at his age is going to have to guard the activity level of Aaron Gordon. And this kid, Jeff Green, even though he's getting it.
I've never heard anyone call Jeff Green the kid.
Well, from my vantage point, he is a kid. But
the elder statement, Uncle Jeff, we call him.
Okay, Uncle Jeff, depending on where you're looking at it from. He's still an active player. He's still an active athlete. I mean, he's capable of having dunks and running and still doing things. I mean, which is amazing. But he's active. I think Aaron Gordon could pose some problems. As you know, playing in Denver is a problem all into itself.
Yep.
Okay, that You got to get adjusted to that altitude. That's a real thing.
And they're playing every other day. There's no breaks in this series. Like it's beautiful, by the way, for us fans. From tomorrow, we now have basketball every day until the conference finals are finished.
Yeah. So the activity level, I think, of Aaron Gordon could be a problem. When I say a problem, not that, that it can't be countered, but as the series goes on, that's, youth is always for the young. And Aaron Gordon, man, he could get stronger in games 5, 6, and 7. When you're 38 and you're playing every other day, man, that's tough. Yeah, it's tough, Mo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's tough. But okay, so Aaron Gordon, I think that's the one that bothers me more than anything because of his activity level. It's not like playing against, when he's playing against the Golden State Warriors. You know what I mean? Where he was basically freelancing on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Okay, now what would I do? What would I do against?
Although I will say to that point, I mean, when he's guarding Wiggins, it's a very similar thing.
It is similar, but Aaron Gordon's bigger. I don't know. It's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Like Wiggins is an athlete. He's a vertical athlete. Aaron Gordon has size to him. See, size bothers me. Why? Because there's size and strength, and then there's speed and quickness. This guy he's a big man. I mean, he's not like,
and he's got some speed and quickness.
That's what I'm saying. Like boxing out Wiggins is different than boxing out Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
There's more strength involved. There's more size. And Aaron Gordon is, he's a strong guy. So, but I'm concerned about that. I would put speed and quickness on Jamal Murray more than size. And the reason being is because everyone's run screen roll. I want to pick him up full court. I want to turn him. I would think Schroeder would be probably more of a problem than Vanderbilt. But you got to give him different looks. Because I would put Vanderbilt on him. I would put Schroeder on him. I would put Austin Reeves on him. I would put the kid, what's the kid that had
Lonnie Walker.
The kid that had Lonnie Walker on him. So, I mean, look, you're not going to stop this guy. I'm just going to wear him out. But I would pick him up full court for the entire series.
Wow.
Provided that the Lakers have the energy to do that. Now, I would definitely pick him up full court. Now, you got the kid Brown. Is it Bruce Brown? I always get his name mixed up. Bruce Brown. You got Caldwell Pope. You got these guys. So I like the.
You want to put some size on Michael Porter Jr. because he just shoots over everyone.
Michael Porter. Yeah, I forgot about Michael Porter Jr. I mean, I got to give this Denver Nuggets team credit. I mean, they're playing. In particular, their best player. I mean, they're just clicking right now. So I don't see any counter to slowing them down, other than that maybe they don't shoot well for a game or two. But I don't see them having any outwardly concerns right now, saying, "Well, they can't match up." I know they can match up. Now, LeBron is going to provide some problems because he's so strong and he can play downhill still. But I don't know how consistent he can do that, especially up there in Denver.
I mean, how many games do you have the Nuggets winning this in?
I think this could be quick.
Oh,
I really do. I think this could be quick. I 5, 6 max.
Okay,
but you know what? I 5, 6 max now. But I'm going to say this. I'm not going to discount the Lakers, and the reason being is because the Lakers are playing with an ingredient, as I respect. They're the best defensive team right now, Mo, left in the playoffs. So clearly, Mo, that's not by accident. And I have to see this. But if you're just asking me without seeing anything, I would give the advantage to Denver. But, which is a big but for me, the Lakers deserve my respect because they are the best defensive team. And if they can somehow put together a game plan that disrupts, Denver, which I can't see right now, I could see this being 5 or 6 for the Lakers too. I mean, I really could, because outside of Jokic, Jokic to me is that's just an advantage for them that there's no counter to it. I don't see them having enough size versus him. They're going to have to compromise their defense in some capacity. Maybe they go, I don't know, zone in one. Maybe they double him every time I don't know. I mean, Jokic have seen it all now. So I don't think that's going to bother them. However, Mo, maybe there's something that, I said, oh, I didn't see. Maybe Rui Hachimura. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something. But I can't disrespect their defense. Now, they have the best defensive team, and that's no accident. And I'm sure they have the team that can put together some type of game plan to maybe slow him down some.
So when we look at the teams left in the playoffs, the Lakers, as you said, have the best defense, and the Nuggets have the best offense by quite a stretch. So I'm going to be very interested into this battle. Particularly for the Nuggets on their kind of defense, they like to show Jokic at the level, which means when a team runs a screen roll, instead of dropping back like you would have seen Al Horford do or Brook Lopez do, Jokic comes up to the level to kind of just put his big body in the way of the guy with the ball so he can't make the pass to the roller. The one counter to this that I want you guys to keep an eye out for is the skip pass over the top, because when they do this, you essentially have two defenders on the ball. And the Nuggets do a great job with the off-ball defenders all rotating around. So the only free man is on the other side of the court. Now, we all know LeBron James is capable of making every single pass in the book. But Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell have shown that they have also got the ability to make those skip passes over the top to find shooters on the other wing. So I'm interested to see that. When we're talking about it from the other perspective, just for the record, I've got the Lakers winning this. When we talk about it from the other perspective of how we've talked about how the Lakers will
you just said that casually. You got to win in this in how many?
About 6.
Okay.
I've got the Lakers in 6. When we talk about
casually said that. I mean, just threw that out there like, I got the Lakers. And
it's been a long day, BJ. It's been a long day.
It's been a long life.
I mean, you're telling me. So when we look at it from the other perspective, we talked about how the Lakers can try and match up with the Nuggets. Let's look at it from the other perspective of how the Nuggets are going to have to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers, right? So it just talks about the screen roll coverage. So watch for those skip passes going over the top to find the open shooters who will then be able to shoot or drive and collapse the defense, and the Lakers will create offense off that. The Lakers will be looking out to get out and run a lot in transition. The Nuggets, to his credit, Michael Porter Jr. has improved defensively this season. However, it's not difficult to improve from being the worst defender in the league. So although he has looked better, that still concerns me. And that's my concern is, okay, how are you matching up? Now, Anthony Davis, is he going to be guarded by Nikola Jokic? Because we know that Anthony Davis likes to rely on his speed. Or, this is what I was talking about, Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt, like we saw with the Warriors, they would guard him with Draymond, so Draymond could just roam around on defense and leave him wide open in the corner because he's not making those corner threes. They could try and put maybe an Aaron Gordon on Anthony Davis for a little bit and have Nikola Jokic guarding the non-shooter, but then that leaves the problem of...
Then who would guard LeBron?
That leaves the problem of Michael Porter Jr. trying to guard LeBron James, which I do not like. Having said that, if Michael Porter Jr. does somehow hold his own, the counter to that would be the Warriors replacing Vanderbilt with Rui Hachimura. That'd be a wrinkle in the lineup where, you've got that same size on the defensive end, but you've got a guy now who can shoot the ball, and it gives you 5 scoring options rather than 4. So it's going to be interesting. How do you see the Nuggets matching up with the Los Angeles Lakers?
Oh, I think I'm not even concerned with the Nuggets. Okay, you put Jamal Murray on D'Lo or whatever. You put the other kid on Austin Reeves.
Bruce Brown. Or KCP.
Does Brown? No,
KCP. Yeah.
They did Porter on
Vanderbilt.
Aaron Gordon on LeBron.
And Jokic on Davis. Yeah. Do you think that Jokic, having to work so hard now defensively guarding Anthony Davis, who's pretty much at this point a 30-point-a-game scorer, is going to impact his game?
Okay. Here's the thing. You're a great player. Great players, great teams have a counter for everything you do.
Yeah.
That's the key. Like, okay, the reason you're a great player is because you have a counter. You can as you advance, Every team has to go to the second, third, fourth option in their offense, in their arsenal, whatever it is they run. Okay. So I like Jokic on Anthony Davis. Why? Because he can take away something Anthony Davis loves to do, post up. He was just bigger than the last guys in the series, where he just post up, go over the top of them, so forth. Okay, so in this series, what is Jokic going to do? Force him to go to the perimeter, make him shoot jump shots. Like, hell, Mo, if I can take away your ability to on the post, and you're just going to shoot fadeaway jump shots, that's a win for me. That's a win. If you're telling me Anthony Davis is going to beat me shooting 17-foot jump shots, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win. Like I will take that all day. Anthony Davis catches it. Here's the offense. The Lakers come down, throw it to Anthony Davis. He catches it, jabs, and shoots. Okay. That's it. Great. How many times are they going to do that?
I mean, Anthony Davis catches it, spins off the block, layup.
No, that's not happening.
Even over the speed advantage he has.
This is playoffs. Mo, I didn't come to see Jokic foul out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm not tuning in tomorrow night to see Jokic get in foul trouble against a spin move versus Anthony Davis. No, that's not happening. So, because I know that's not happening, we know it's not happening.
I mean, 2020 conference finals where these teams met. After game 2, the Lakers they wrote a letter, an official complaint to the league about the Nuggets not getting enough fouls. And we saw how that ended up with the Lakers winning a championship. And Jokic was,
this guy's two-time MVP right now.
If we go back and watch, some of the fouls they called on Jokic were the worst fouls I've ever seen.
Trust me on this. Jokic is going to get a favorable whistle during the series. Okay. He's earned that. So let's just, I'm not worried about
that. 2020 conference finals was a sham.
Well, okay. Well, Jokic is going to give a favorable whistle. Okay. That you can bank on that. He's going to get an honest whistle. Okay. He's going to get an honest whistle. He's deserved that. He's earned that right. Anthony Davis he's going to get a good whistle too. All right. He's earned that. But in the end, it'll be okay. That'll be okay. But I can tell you this. You're not going to get Jokic in foul trouble. I can tell you that.
I disagree.
And the reason being is because, all right, if he gets in foul trouble, all right, we can move him around. We can double him. I mean, there's things you can do. So I'm not concerned about that. But, who knows?
I mean, we'll find out tonight. But I personally think that Jokic will be in foul trouble. As much as he's earned the right to be two-time MVP, the Lakers play in the biggest market, and they're the LA Lakers. And LeBron James beat Michael Jordan's record this season.
Well, I mean, let's get to what you really said. Here's what you want. Let's just call it what you want, so we can get through all of the chit chatter and the small talk. I'm not a small talk type of guy. Let's get through it.
What do I want?
The Lakers. You want the Lakers, and you want the Celtics. That's what you want.
No,
we could talk all this stuff.
What I want the Celtics and the Nuggets. That's what I want.
Well, why did you pick the Lakers then?
Because I think they're going to win.
Okay, well, okay. I don't understand your reasoning, but I get it.
It's the Western Conference. It's the Western Conference.
Yeah, I get it.
It makes no difference to me.
So here's the deal. What you want, or you're implying that everyone wants, is the Lakers and the what's the name? That's great. I get it. Tradition, so forth, so on. I think Mr. Jokic right now deserves some credit, and he's going to have some say-so in this. He's playing terrific. He along with Jason Tatum, they're the two best players right now.
Anthony Davis.
And I think both of those guys.
Jimmy Butler.
I didn't hesitate what I thought.
Ooh.
Jokic and Jason Tatum are the two best players playing right now. I think Anthony Davis has played great. I think Jimmy Butler has played terrific. However, Jokic and Mr. Tatum, they got to put some respect on both of their names. They've played amazing, like just incredible basketball, like consistently throughout the playoffs. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in whoever's going to win these next 8 games. Maybe at the end of this, maybe Jimmy Butler and Anthony Davis, they have a chance to say, you know what? At the halfway point, I thought something else. And then at the end of the season, something else may happen. However, if you ask me right now, there's been no 2 players have been better than Jokic and Jason Tatum. No 2, as far as we put both of the series together. Now, Jimmy Butler had an incredible series. Series 1, I thought Anthony Davis, he played every other in the Memphis series.
Yeah.
And then he put together, a couple games in the last series, But overall, just game to game, Tatum has had maybe one subpar game, but even in a subpar game, he came through in a big moment in the fourth quarter where you're going, he showed up when it counted.
Now,
when you need him.
The reason I picked the Lakers
see.
is now I don't know whether this is right or this is completely wrong. LeBron James through the playoffs so far, obviously considering his age and he had an injury not too long ago, whatnot, looks like he's been coasting a little bit. Like we did see the Grizzlies guard him with Xavier Tillman and him still being unable to dominate. I don't know whether that's because he's coasting and he's saving his energy now for this final stretch of conference finals and NBA finals, and he's going to put up historic LeBron James performances like we know he can, or if this is just how it is and this is Anthony Davis's team right now. But having watched LeBron James' career, I have the PTSD of knowing that this is a man that should definitely be, regarded as the most dangerous player every time he's on the court, even though he hasn't showed it already. Do you think we're going to see some of these throwback performances from LeBron down the stretch into the latter half of the postseason now?
Listen. Again, I'm too old to be, and all that. Like, I just look for players who can impact the game, right? Today, it's a different game. Like, the game today is different. Like, so 30 points in that era is different than 30 points today. Why? Because the way these guys score, the way the offense is tilted for the offensive player. So I'm not like the numbers just don't impress me as much as a player who can impact the game by the way they perform during the course of the game, right? So impacting, ability to defend, the ability to be disruptive, the ability to rebound, the ability to pass and do those things. Now, do I think LeBron's going to have some big offensive outputs? Yes, I do. Do I think LeBron is going to dominate the game like he once could because he could just play downhill and overpower you and overwhelm you with his physical capabilities? No, I don't think he's going to do it. Do I think he'll have moments? Yeah. Do I think he'll score and shoot threes? If LeBron James beats me shooting threes, so be it. Like, but he's going to shoot enough to where he should. If he, let's say he shoots 7 for 15 from 3. I mean, he's capable of doing that. Like, but he's going to do that. So he has 7 for 15. That's 21 points. Gets to the free throw line 6 times. Okay, let's say he goes 6 for 8. Okay, that's what, 27 points. And he's 3 for 8 from whatever, from 2. So he has 30 points. Whoa, that's not as impressive as knowing that he could just literally at one point in his career overwhelm you by what he could do offensively and defensively on the floor.
He's got the passing as well.
Yeah, he's got it, but he doesn't blow by his defender like he once did. Like everything now is a spin move, or he just rides you to the.
That spin move, by the way, is a travel every single time because he spins off the same foot, lifts
whatever
it,
it is. He's 38, and like I told you at the beginning, give me what you got, big fella. I'm taking it. So whatever he does at 38, God bless him, and I'm taking it. Okay, so I have no problems with LeBron, but to think now that he doesn't do it with the consistency he once did, he would just blow by his defender. Like, he doesn't do that. He does it some still, but it's not consistently. He's not creating havoc by his pure athleticism, and he has to do it a different way. He's not just going into the post anymore and playing from that area. Now, he might do it in this series, but if he does do it, we're going to be like, oh wow, why? Like he started playing more physical in the last series, like as the series went on.
Yeah.
So he kind of picks and chooses his
This
moments.
is what I'm saying. Do you think
You know
he can turn the notch and actually do it consistently for this whole series?
Again, I don't think so in Denver because Denver wants to play fast, right? And Denver has bigger bodies. Denver has bigger bodies than the previous series. Like, just what you said, like, we put Tillman on that version of LeBron James what you're talking about. That's a mismatch.
Yeah. Well, it should be.
Yeah. Okay. Now LeBron has this is a different version of him. Now you put a smaller guy on him like Wiggins or Poole or something. He just bullies those guys to the basket now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't expect him. Maybe he does. I don't expect him to bully Aaron Gordon. I don't expect him to bully Jeff Green. Do I think LeBron will have big numbers? Of course. I'm planning for that. I'm planning to go 7 games. I'm not me, but I'm sure the Denver Nuggets are planning to go 7 games and LeBron James to be LeBron James. He's going to be somewhere from 25 to 35 points. You just don't want him to have these 50-point explosions, but he's going to be somewhere in there. And that's acceptable by today's standard. Why? He's going to get enough touches to do that. What I don't want, if I'm Denver, is the blow-bys. Now where he's compromising your defense. Because if he's blowing by the guy, now you got to help. If you help, he's a good enough passer to facilitate. But I think they have a good matchup where they can say, you know what? Aaron Gordon in particular. If Aaron Gordon can get 35 minutes versus LeBron James, I think that's a good matchup. If LeBron James suddenly starts blowing by. Now, what if for some reason something happens that we can't, unbeknownst to us or something, and suddenly Bruce Brown has to start guarding him?
Good luck.
Now, good luck. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Caldwell Pope has to guard him. Now LeBron can utilize his size and his strength. But if it's just a normal matchup, I like that. I mean, and LeBron's going to do his thing. The big thing is taking away something. They can take away Anthony Davis's ability to post. And to me, that's a win. But I don't think there's anything they can do to take away Jokic other than they have to double team him. They're going to have to compromise your defense. And if you compromise, now you're playing advantage basketball on the weak side. And he's too good of a passer. And we all know he can pass it to anybody.
So when this game tips off, what are going to be the key things that you look at? Because you always tell me to look at the first few minutes of the game, the first few possessions.
Well, you look at the first, let's figure out how these teams are going to attack each other. Like, I want to see I want to see first how the Lakers are going to defend Jokic. I want to see are they going to double team him on the box? Are they going to, when he catches it at the mid post, are they going to play it straight up? How are they going to defend screen roll with Jokic and Jamal Murray? Like, I want to see the whole menu. And then once I see the menu, then I will begin to attack them. I want to see all. Now, if I'm the Lakers, how are they going to play Anthony Davis? Are they going to switch or are they going to fight through the screens? Why? Because if they switch with Anthony Davis, maybe they can create a mismatch. But if they're going to say, anytime Anthony Davis sets a screen, get through. Like, okay, I want to see what they're going to do with LeBron. Like, if I was the Lakers, I want to see exactly what they want to do with LeBron. Why? Because I need LeBron to establish he has an advantage. Because if he can get Aaron Gordon in foul trouble, that to me is a game changer.
Yeah. I think we need to see more LeBron, Anthony Davis screen rolls as well.
Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Aaron Gordon and switching on what's the name, I'm okay with that. Yeah. If you do a 4 or 5,
Jokic trying to guard LeBron on the perimeter.
As long as I get them to shoot jump shots, I'm fine. See, I'm not worried about that. If LeBron James and Anthony Davis beat me shooting, if you tell me right now we're going to lose the game because Anthony Davis is shooting 15 to 20, whatever mid-range shots, and LeBron James is going to shoot threes, I'm okay with that. Like,
So you're pretty confident in the Denver Nuggets then?
Well, here's what I'm confident in the Denver Nuggets then. Well, here's what I'm confident without knowing anything, without knowing how they're going to defend. I got to see the menu. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Well, that
we're walking into a restaurant. I got to see the menu. I got to
yeah.
see what their decisions are going to be. Once I see their decisions in the first 5 minutes, I can go, okay, this team has an advantage. This team doesn't. They can't counter this. If you switch, let's say you switch 4-5 with Anthony Davis. Now they get a matchup. Here's the problem. If LeBron James shoots that shot or Anthony Davis shoots that shot and he misses that shot, okay, there's going to be a cross match on the other end. Now LeBron James is guarding Jokic. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be going 4-5 screen rolls because I don't want the cross match.
We saw last season LeBron playing a lot at the 5. Do you think we see any of that this series?
Okay. Again, Jokic, it's 2 guys I know I can't. It was 3 guys I know I can't cross match with. Giannis, Joel Embiid, and Jokic. Those are 3 guys you can't. All that cross match doesn't apply to them. You have to have a big body versus those guys. You can't guard them with little guys. They play big boy basketball, right? They play like they did in the old days. Now, if you get cross matches with those guys, in particular Jokic, because Jokic establishes himself in the post probably more than Embiid for sure. I don't know more than Giannis.
Yeah.
But he's such a big guy. You don't want LeBron James like Kevin Durant was trying. Like Kevin Durant was trying to guard Jokic. You just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want that. If I'm Denver, I'm hoping that they do that. Why? Because Anthony Davis now has to score every time. Now, if he shoots at a 70% clip, good for him. If he shoots at a clip.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible.
Well, I for one am very excited to see how this matchup goes. Game is not far away now, so make sure you tune in. And we'll be back breaking it all down tomorrow, as we do. And we'll be previewing the Boston Celtics against the Miami Heat in an Eastern Conference Finals, which should be very interesting. BJ, who do you think is taking game 1? Denver handling business at home?
I think Denver, and I think your Celtics.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Celtics tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
I
think Denver take game 1 though.
Well, I know you got Miami in the series, so that's why. I'm the only one to be talking about the Celtics. So you already got Miami. We got Miami in 4.
Hashtag Heat culture.
Miami in 5.
Hashtag Heat culture. Udonis Haslem MVP. Hashtag Heat culture.
Yeah. 4, 5. Yeah.
I got 6.
You got it.
I got Lakers in 6. We got Lakers in 6. BJ's got the Nuggets in 5 or Heat in 6 too.
I just think it's going to be. I don't see anything. But again, that's why you watch the game. I just see a major problem with Jokic. I just don't see anything they can do. And I think they shoot well enough from 3 if they go zone.
Yeah.
I think Jokic offensive rebounds well enough to just wear them down as the series goes on.
And defensive rebounds enough to limit their possessions as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, this team is, I just see them right now. I don't see any counters that they have. I don't see any counters for Jokic. Jokic is just a problem. And I don't see what they're going to do against him. Now, would it be interesting if they suddenly said, here's something I think would be interesting. What if they started Tristan Thompson and just say, you know what? His whole job is just to be physical and not have to worry about scoring and da-da-da. And if he could give them 20 minutes and let Anthony Davis roam, now I think that's interesting.
That's why I asked the question at the start about Tristan Thompson. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think that would be interesting
at this point, but he's the only big, strong body that they have.
That's what I'm saying.
Got the playoff experience, and I can't believe we're talking about Tristan Thompson in the Western Conference Final.
Again, Mo, I always look for what I call it, those unlikely contributions. And you know what? That would be one.
If they
And if
move
he can
him
come out,
to the starting lineup, according to your logic yesterday, it would no longer be unlikely.
it's as a starter,
I'm
you're
just messing with
absolutely
you.
right. No. It's no. I'm not. Mo, that doesn't bother me. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it would be something just like when they moved J. Michael Green to the starting lineup. Like you're like, oh, now it would be fascinating to see. However, I don't know if that's the answer. It's not. This guy Jokic he's fascinating because he's so clever.
Yeah.
I don't think that bothers him. I don't think that bothers him.
I don't think there's
I don't think it bothers him.
anyone in the league that really bothers him. I mean, what Philly did in the game against them that was really good is they put PJ Tucker on Jokic and let Embiid kind of roam around. So that's why I was suggesting LeBron guard Jokic and have AD roaming around a little bit. Or maybe even you try Jared Vanderbilt on Jokic for a little bit and see how that works. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you listen. They're gonna have to do something that's they're gonna have to do something to counter this guy. So we know that. However, no one has figured it out yet, and I just think Coach Malone does a good job. He does a good job. But
Jokic is much improved from the guy he was when they last played in the conference finals in 2020. Like, big time. You know. As great as he was back then. So we'll see, man. I'm hella excited. I can't lie. I'm hyped for this. We'll see it. We'll be there. And then, man, I can't believe that the playoffs are flying through this quick.
Oh, man, it's awesome.
4 wins away from an NBA Finals, one of these teams.
4 away, and then, hey, we'll be right there.
So we're more than halfway through the playoffs. Because the first 2 rounds are done, but the first 2 rounds had way more games.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're at the halfway point. All these teams have 8 wins.
Yeah. Let's see who gets the 16.
Let's see who gets the 16. There you go.
That's what it's about. Anyway, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Hoop Genius podcast. There's your Western Conference preview. We'll be back breaking down the result and more tomorrow in the morning. So be there, turn on the notifications so you get the episode wherever you listen, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we're there. Most importantly, in the meantime, get buckets.